Have you ever noticed? The greatest pain in life doesn't come when others reject you. It comes when you reject yourself. We are all busy trying to improve others, explaining things to our friends, managing our relationships, pleasing our bosses. But in all this rushing, we forget the most important person, ourselves. This is where the story of Invest in Yourself begins. There was a boy named Adam. He came from a middle-class family. His ambitions were big, but his fear was even bigger. Every morning he would wake up, look at himself in the mirror, and think, "Will I ever do something great?" But the moment life brought difficulties, he would turn away from himself. He felt maybe this world was not made for him. One day at the office, because of one of his mistakes, a client walked away. That day, his boss said, "Adam, you have potential, but no consistency. You don't work on yourself." Those words pierced his heart like an arrow. That night, he took out his old diary and wrote, "I have wasted so much time trying to impress others that I have completely forgotten to improve myself." That was the night Adam decided from now on, he would invest in himself first. Slowly, he began changing his habits, waking up early, reading, working out. At first, just 10 minutes, then 30, then 1 hour. For a while, nothing changed. But then a few weeks later, he realized his mind was now calm. His confidence was now coming from within. He understood, investing in yourself is not about ego. It is about evolution. When we hear the word investment, we think of money. But real investment is not in money. It is in attention, in discipline, and in time. Because money can increase or decrease, but your mindset, your clarity, if these become strong, the entire world can be yours. Adam's story is all of our stories. Inside all of us, there is a potential that, given the right attention, can become an explosion. But the question is, do we invest in that potential? Or do we remain lost in seeking others' applause? Sometimes investing in yourself feels selfish, but the truth is the opposite. When you invest in yourself, your behavior, your energy, your love, all of it becomes deeper. You begin giving more to others as well. Self-investment is not self-centeredness. It is self-responsibility. Think about it. Your mind, your body, your emotions, your energy, if you nurture these a little every day after 1 year, you will not be the same person. Adam experienced exactly this. 6 months later, that same client came back. Because now Adam was not just doing his work, he was also working on his own growth. And the glow of that growth showed in every interaction. That day he felt success doesn't begin with money. It begins with clarity from within. This is the real meaning of invest in yourself. Upgrade your mind. Shape your habits. Direct your energy in the right way. A little every day. Have you ever thought? We all know we should work on ourselves. Learn new skills. Improve the mind and body. Yet we still keep postponing. Why? Why is it that every time change comes up, we stop ourselves with some excuse? The truth is, the fear is not outside. It is hidden within. That fear is, if I change, I will no longer be the same person I am now. Human beings love their comfort zone so much that they form a strange relationship even with their mediocrity. We stay unhappy but feel safe. We know this isn't right, yet we stay right there because familiarity gives us comfort, even if that comfort is slowly finishing us off. Adam experienced this too. When he started working on himself in the first few weeks, he had to fight himself. Every day he struggled with procrastination, self-doubt, and guilt. Many times the voice inside said, "What's the point? Nothing is going to change." This voice is the most dangerous because it stops you before you even fail. Our brain loves comfort. It treats every change as a threat. So whenever you try to improve yourself, waking up early, working out, meditating, your brain sets off an alarm. Stop, this is new. This is uncomfortable. And we listen to that fear and step back. But the truth is, growth is hidden behind every discomfort. Discomfort is the door to transformation. If you don't want to walk through that door, you remain outside, where everything is safe but stagnant. Self-doubt is the termite that slowly eats away at your possibilities. You think of doing something new, but then the mind says, "Will I actually be able to do this?" And in that one question, all confidence dies. Self-doubt ends when you stop trying to prove yourself and start improving yourself. Because self-investment means I don't compete with myself. I evolve myself. Adam felt this too. As long as he kept comparing himself to others, he could see nothing good in himself. But the moment he focused on his own journey, he slowly found peace. Investing in yourself means your attention is on your own effort, not on other people's results. Others being ahead of you doesn't mean you are behind. Every person has their own speed. But if the direction is right, the destination arrives not late but at a better time. The very first step of self-investment is seeing yourself clearly, seeing what your fears are, what illusions your mind is trapped in, what you are running away from. Self-awareness is painful because in it you cannot lie to yourself. But this truth opens the first door of self-development. Slowly, Adam too realized he could not run from the voice within. The fear that was holding him back was actually his guide. Every time fear arose, he told himself, "If I run from this, I will stay exactly where I am." And he moved forward through that fear because he had understood the only way out is through. When you begin investing in yourself, the first thing you encounter is your own old version, the version that is lazy, insecure, made of excuses. But when you move past that version, a new you is born. One who is not just better on the outside, but also calm on the inside. Self-investment is not just reading books or going to the gym. It is upgrading your thinking, refining your energy, treating your time as sacred. Every day, a little at a time, you become the person you once only imagined. Have you ever seen the peak of a mountain? From the top, everything is clear. Landscapes, paths, and destinations. But that clarity doesn't come before reaching the top. First, you have to climb. Slowly, tiring, breathless, but continuously. Self-investment is that same climb. Every step is difficult, but every step takes you higher. And to reach that height, you have to walk 5 paths: mind, body, emotions, energy, and environment. One mind. The mind is the soil in which the seeds of your life are sown. If that soil is barren, no seed grows. Adam first learned to change his mind. He would write affirmations daily, read, catch negative thoughts and question them. He would ask, "Is this true? Or is it just my fear speaking?" Slowly he learned the mind cannot be controlled, but it can be observed. When you observe your thoughts, you don't get trapped in them. And this observation is the first step to clarity. Investing in your mind means every day, read a little, think a little, and challenge your own thinking. Because if thinking stays old, life will stay old too. 2. Body. The body is the medium through which you operate in this world. Yet we give it the least attention. We charge our phones, but not ourselves. Adam used to skip exercise by calling himself busy. But one day, when he realized his mind was tired, he understood. The cause of a tired mind is a lazy body. He started walking, just 20 minutes a day, and within a few weeks his focus and energy changed. Because the body needs movement. Motion creates emotion. Invest in your body, because if it breaks, all your dreams will only remain thoughts. 3. Emotions. This is the area we most often ignore. We work, think, rush, but we never stop and feel. Emotion means energy in motion. If you suppress your emotions, that energy rots inside and slowly turns into depression, anxiety, or burnout. Adam stopped running from his emotions. He started journaling, started naming his feelings. Anger, fear, shame, he would write all of it down. He understood, feeling is healing. What you feel sets you free. Investing in your emotions means listening to the child inside you, not silencing them. 4. Energy. We all have limited energy. Every decision, every worry, every piece of gossip consumes energy. And then we say, "I can't find motivation." Motivation doesn't come from energy. Energy comes from motivation. The sequence is reversed. Adam realized he was draining himself repeatedly in things that had no meaning. Arguments, overthinking, social media. He created boundaries. Where energy was leaking, there was now silence. Slowly, his mind became calm and his clarity returned. Investing in your energy means stay where you find peace. Leave where there is chaos. 5. Environment. No matter how disciplined you are, if your environment is toxic, growth is impossible. Your environment, your friends, your room, your phone, screen time, all of it together shapes you. Adam distanced himself from toxic people, spent time with inspiring people. He wrote on his bedroom wall, "I become what I consume." And this is true. You become what you see, hear, and think every day. Invest in your environment because it is what shapes you from within every single day. When these 5 investments come into balance, mind, body, emotions, energy, and environment, a person blossoms from within. There is peace in their eyes, truth in their words, and direction in their actions. Self-investment is not a one-time task. It is a daily practice. Every day, a little improvement, a little reflection, a little discipline, and gradually your life begins to take its best form. Every morning when Adam looked at himself in the mirror, he no longer saw the same face as before. Before there was exhaustion in that face. Now there was a glow that came not from anyone else's approval but from self-confidence. He had learned to change life. You don't need anything big, just small daily steps. Before his mind was a battlefield, filled with comparison, guilt, and anxiety at every moment. Now, it was calm, because he had learned acceptance, not control. He would change his reaction before trying to change his circumstances. Before Adam sought validation, wanted people to notice him, appreciate him, like him. But now he knew his own worth himself. When a person learns to love themselves, they stop expecting it from others. And only then do relationships become real, where 2 aware souls meet, not 2 incomplete ones. Before, success meant money, promotion, applause. Now success was living a balanced life. He no longer measured his growth against others, but against yesterday's version of himself. He realized success isn't about reaching the top. It is about growing through every fall. One day, when a big project came to him, fear arose within. Can I do this? But this time, he didn't ignore the fear. He smiled and said, "Yes, I am afraid, but that means I'm growing." Before fear stopped him, now fear moved him forward. When you invest in yourself, you stop chasing life and start living it. Adam was no longer that hesitant, fearful boy. He had become a person who knew his own direction. One night, sitting on his balcony for the first time, he felt he was not rushing outside to find something. He was busy understanding himself. Self-investment doesn't mean you become perfect. It means you become present. And this presence, this awareness, takes you to the peaceful life every person is searching for. Write in the comments, "I invest in myself." Subscribe to One Book